Happy Friday. We are freestyling today. Hi, I am Dr. Ingrid, and we are here for Freestyle Friday. Our affirmation of the week was bigger and stronger. And we are talking about today gaining mental clarity. How do we do that? So I'm just going to wait a little bit and hopefully some people can come in. We're streaming here on Facebook and also on YouTube simultaneously. Unfortunately, IG just doesn't have that capability, but whatever is said here that you may miss, or you want to go back to rewind, you can find it on our YouTube channel at The Real Talk MD and also here on my page. So thank you so much for joining me. If I have a couple of people, just send me a comment or something to just know that you can, that's so that I know that you can hear me and that my message is going forward. I would like to say this year, I want more engagement. It's fine for me to sit here and just kind of ramble off information. Hopefully the information I'm giving is helpful, but it will be more pertinent and I think appropriate to see what ideas or topics that those who are listening in, or by way, if you're not available to listen to the lives at this time, to submit at the email that's ticking across the screen at info@montgomerysite.org, and give me your topics or your questions so that I can address those. There are so much that's going on, and gaining clarity is a pretty broad topic in my book, but for some it could be very specific. People want to know exact questions. How do I gain clarity in certain areas of my life? So I don't want to go and be remiss of being able to answer those questions. So if you could submit, to the email as you see ticking across the screen, info@montgomerysite.org, I will be more than happy to have those questions or those discussions ready for you the following week. Again, I'm Dr. Ingrid, a board certified psychiatrist located in Rockland County. My focus is adolescent and adult mental health and wellness overall. So it's just not about psychiatry, but it's about wellness. And what does wellness mean? Everyone has their definition, but overall, I am a component, I'm a champion and a supporter of wellness overall. So do we have any comments or any questions that anyone may have right now? I see a couple of people have joined, so thank you so much. And I will get your questions. So let's go back to our affirmation, which is bigger and stronger. We have seen in the news the last couple of days, and I have to point this out, and typically I don't use this platform to rehearse political things, but I think it's very fitting and important to talk about what everyone witnessed, including myself, as far as being a victim of intrusion or trauma, seeing things repeatedly happening in a different way will absolutely re-traumatize a person. This could happen in many forms. So how do we regain clarity after we've been bombarded with so much? The pandemic, political, uprise, racial disparities, individual issues, integrating now our home life with our work life. If you have kids, also trying to integrate that factor, but also finding time for yourself. So that's the crux of gaining clarity, is focusing on you, even though it may be so difficult to do that. And a lot of times I've heard women say that I'm a nurturer, I give all that I, give to others, and I'm left pretty empty. And that's a common feeling, I think, for most people these days, particularly if you're in those roles of being a caregiver, whether you're male or female, or whatever that may look like, even for your job, or whatever those obligations are. You may feel overwhelmed, you may feel disorganized, you may feel that you're just not even clear on what you're going to put on to wear the next day or the morning that you have to be prepared to be somewhere. Because sometimes behind that, not having clarity, is that we lose hope. Being behind that could be that you have anxiety, or you have depression, or you just flat out stressed, or you haven't slept the night before. So your thought patterns are not going to be that clear. I do have someone with me here today. to help me to kind of sort through if there are any questions that are coming through in the live. So do we have anything, Alexa? Okay. So we have no questions, but a few people are tuning in. So I do, again, thank you so much for tuning in and just gaining clarity. So prioritizing. I spoke a lot about last Friday, which was the first Friday and the first day of the year, January the 1st, 2021, about decluttering, starting fresh, having a happy you. I see one comment has come in, and we talked about, before I get to the question, about having your physical environment organized as a way of preparing to have the mental clarity that we need. What's the comment that we have or question, Alexa? I see one. It's on Facebook Live. Okay. Or somebody liked it. Getting used to this platform. By the way, we're streaming by StreamYard. Sometimes you will see it will be a different capture. Sometimes I stream directly from Facebook, but we're trying something new this year. So I want to empower you also to try something new, whatever that may be, if it's going to enhance your life. And so we're streaming from StreamYard right now, which is a platform of streaming, and it goes to 2 separate social media sites at the same time. There's no endorsement here. It's not like they're paying me. I have to pay them. But I'm just talking about clarity and understanding how you can formulate the priorities in your life, and then how you're going to go about to execute those things in which you feel are priorities. But you have to sometimes just write them down, putting things pen to paper. And I know we all have our smartphones, we have our different gadgets, and we, pile information in it. But guess what? It's so much on this one device. It's so much. We got news, we got social media, we got apps to our bank accounts. We have so much stuff on this, which makes it convenient, but it also, you can lose sight of what needs to be at the forefront if everything is on your phone. And so some values, we have to just go back to old school ways. Just putting things pen to paper so that you can see it, plain and simple. So focusing again, and I said it on the last slide, I'm going to say it again, having your physical environment where it is not cluttered, where you have a clear, organized system in place, whatever that system looks like. That is number one. Number one. Secondly, by doing so, you need to prioritize and look and write down, what are these things that are bothering me that are not clear? What are these things that I may be seeking answers to? Even if it doesn't make sense. And I had someone this week who refers to whatever's thinking as a stream of thoughts. Whatever that stream of thought is, let it flow. Let it flow. It's just like emotional expression of tears. Some people, I don't want to cry. Crying is so beneficial. It brings clarity. Writing things down will bring clarity. When you don't know and say that your heart rate is racing, or you are disturbed by what's happening on the news, but you want the information, you have to understand and pay attention to your body, and as far as getting clarity as to how does this affect you. And in real time, for us who are not there, in DC, and we're not right there in the crux of it all, it still affected us, and it affected us in a very traumatic way. But we still have to be able to function in our day-to-day lives as much as possible, because things are going to continuously come up that we're going to have no control over. So having that clear vision of where you're going to go and your purpose of where you're going to go is what's going to take you to the next step and get you to the next day or even the next hour. A lot of times you all may hear me talk about moving forward, and it is not even about transitioning from 2020 to 2021. Sometimes it's transitioning month to month. Sometimes it's week to week, day to day. And for me, most of the time, it's hour to hour. And the way that I do it is I have to have a clear direction of where I am going in that day or in that moment. Write it down, what those things are. If it's just a mumbo jumble of thoughts that you may have, Give that stream of consciousness a try. Write it down, come back to it. Once you read something again, it may have a different interpretation. It may have a different meaning for you, so that you can clear and say, okay, well, maybe I need to look at this in a different way. Or if you have a support system, the system in place of your physical environment, whether it's by way of people or resources, whatever it may be, you look to them when you're not clear about something, people that you trust, and say, I'm not quite sure about this, but I'm going to share with you, this is a priority that I kind of wrote down as I began to think about so many things that may be bothering me or where I want to go or what direction. Maybe you can give me some insight into how I can proceed and be a little clear. But first, it starts with you. You having that clear vision of what is your purpose. Not only your purpose in life, but your purpose for yourself. Your purpose for any other relationships that may be in your life. What is that purpose? And what is it clearly standing for in your life? What do you want from these relationships? What do you want from yourself? Clear boundary setting. Knowing your capacity, your mental and your physical capacity, and working within those realms. Not to compare yourself to other people or what other pace that other people may be going, because your pace may be differently. So when you are accepting these factors that I'm briefly mentioning, you will gain more clarity in that way. Being introspective, looking at yourself, the relationship that you have with yourself, what you want for yourself right now. Tomorrow is not promised, but right now, what is that you want right now in this moment? Right now in this moment. What is it that you want? It could be, I want to go to lunch. It could be, I can't wait to get off at 5 o'clock and see my family or just relax. That's fine. As long as you have a clear direction of where you're going to go, all of the other things that may be so traumatizing around us in this moment. And when I speak of trauma, I'm speaking specifically to what all of us have experienced 2 days ago. It can allow you to refocus and be more grounded in the here and now, and that would definitely bring you clarity. So having a clear conscience, forgiving, having faith, and having no fear. And I think that leads us to next week's affirmation, which is, I am courageous. I am courageous. I am courageous. That will be our affirmation for the week. So we've made it to another Friday. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. You probably thought you weren't going to make it another week. Maybe you're dealing with physical ailments. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, have not been feeling well due to COVID. Some people are actually even getting COVID a second time. And people are having also influenza or just cold symptoms that are not physically allowing them to feel well. Well, guess what? You made it. You made it. You are here. It is another Friday. So we're going to celebrate. And you know how we do it. We got to freestyle it. We're going to freestyle it. Nothing here is rehearsed. Nothing here is written down. It's straight from my heart. Whatever is on my mind, I'm sharing and giving it to you in a raw fashion. Next week, we're going to get back on the horse. We're going to do this with our affirmation of I am courageous. Whatever that courage is that you need, you got it. Tap into the courage. Tap into that courage that you feel that you don't have. Try something new. Look, I'm doing something on this streaming, and I'm doing both platforms at the same time. I've never done it before, but I'm trying it. Try something new that you think that could benefit and improve your life. Try it. Try it. That can also help to bring clarity in your life. But we have to get away from fear. We have to get away from, not looking at our faith and having hope. That would definitely bring you clarity. Even though some of the aspirations with hope may not be realistic, but it at least gets us to that next hour or the next day to be able to form another thing in which comes to our mind in that stream of consciousness, even though that may not be clear. But the more that you rehearse, tap it into that stream of consciousness by whatever way that may be, whether it's journaling, whether it's talking to someone. And sometimes you may say something and you may stop midstream and say, am I making sense? I may not be making sense. It doesn't matter. Get it out of your head with focus, with looking at what is right before you, not what the media is doing and what's going to happen next week or next Wednesday, or we have no control over that. The only control we have is within ourselves, and we can control the people and the person that we are. And that's it. So let's accept that and let's move forward in a courageous manner for next week. I am courageous is the affirmation. I'm Dr. Ingrid, a board certified psychiatrist here in Rockland County. Across the ticker, you can see email to connect with me at info@montgomerypsych.org. I will be so happy to get any questions that you may have or whatever you want to share. We are accepting new patients, and we look to bring you aboard to our family of wellness. Again, Dr. Ingrid, board certified psychiatrist. I got very excited just thinking about all of the things that we offer. It just reaches so far beyond psychiatry. We're talking about wellness. So it's just a myriad of treatments that we offer. So I got a little tongue twisted with that, but you can definitely email at info@montgomerypsych.org to learn more about what we can offer for you so that you can get on, stay on, and maintain your path of clarity and wellness. So we're going to freestyle it. I don't know what's going to come out of my fingers or out of my mouth, but I'm so happy that you've joined me today. And I look forward to next Friday so that we can have a discussion on that affirmation, which is courageous, being courage, having courage and being courageous. So I'm just happy today. I was looking for some comments. Do we have any comments, Alexa? We don't have any comments. Okay. That's okay. We got a quiet audience. Sometimes being quiet. Let me just pin this. Sometimes silence brings clarity. A lot of times people don't like silence because you can have intrusive thoughts of certain things. But sometimes being able to sit with those thoughts in a safe manner can definitely bring you clarity. So it's okay if I don't have any questions today. But again, you can reach me at info@montgomerypsych.org. And we're going to talk about clarity. Clarity. Let me turn my volume up a little bit here. I think my son has been playing with my keyboard. I gotta give you the heartbeat. Clarity is in me. Clarity. Oh no, sorry. That stream of consciousness. That heartbeat. This is what's going to give us clarity right here. That heartbeat. Clear your minds. Clear your environment to gain a clear focus. We can get clarity. Stream of consciousness. Let it flow. When you let it flow, we all will grow. You clarity. So I hope that a few of what I've said today has left you with better clarity. And clarity is something that we often have to readjust time after time because a lot of things emotionally can come up and make things disorganized in our way of feeling, our way of thinking, and our way of behavior. So remember that there is always a clear path as you shine the light inside of you to bring clarity. So thank you for joining me. It's been a Freestyle Friday with Dr. Ingrid, board certified psychiatrist here in Rockland County. We made it to another Friday. Woo! Yes, we did. And we're looking forward to the next week. And our affirmation is, I am courageous. So go ahead with your courageous self, with your clear sense of where you're going to go, at least for today, and recheck yourself for tomorrow. And if you have to readjust those lenses, do it and keep going to find clarity. Signing off for Friday. Thank you so much for joining me.